Have you ever been in a situation or been involved in an event that basically you were just such overwhelmed by your sense of emotion? Typically, this emotion you're feeling is like an extreme sense of awe or a sense of such strong happiness that you kind of almost start to get sad because you recognize that this isn't always going to be the way it is, and that this moment you are in is kind of fleeting, and that you aren't ever going to have the same sense of strong emotion or the same sense of feeling towards something else, and that you're never going to experience the same set of emotions that you kind of feel in this moment again. And so the Japanese have a term for this, and they call it mono no aware, which when I was researching it, I kind of found two different translations, but they both work hand in hand. So the first translation I found was an extreme sense of awe, which basically describes kind of the first part of it, that when we're experiencing these moments or when we're experiencing like kind of the high points of life, we recognize and we understand that those are the high points of our life. Then the other definition I found was the sense of gentle sadness we are overcome with. And that comes from the flip side of it, where basically because we recognize how happy and how content we are, we become sad because we recognize that that high point isn't always going to be there. I think that mono no aware is a very, very prominent type of belief or term to describe the way that we are feeling and the emotions that we are overcome with, but also the sense of sadness in a time when you are at a high or when you're content. And so, if you trace back this term throughout the history of it, it comes from two epistological beliefs. One of those is Shinto, which is a Japanese belief of being present in your environment and being understanding of the world around you and just being fully immersed in the culture, in the moment you are in. And then the other one is Buddhism, and with it's predominantly Shinto with Buddhist influence. So what that deals with is basically in the moment you have energy and the environment around you has energy, and both those energies are transmittable, and that they work hand in hand with one another. So with these combination of things, basically it boils down to being like really present in the moment and becoming fully aware of the moment you are in. And then the term mono no aware kind of means the gentle sadness that comes with being at a high in your life because you recognize that that is a high. If you talk to anyone that's ever experienced a Japanese cherry blossom in bloom, they will basically say how their emotions are overwhelmed by the sense of beauty that these trees hold. However, a lot of the times that they recognize that that won't last, and so that's when mono no aware is applied, because these trees that are so beautiful and bring such strong emotion only bloom 1 week of the year typically. And so I think that kind of is a really good example of when the term is applicable. So overall, I think the Japanese did a really good job at kind of developing this term to describe such an emotion that is felt like over all around the world and is also felt in a day-to-day situation.